Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
Today, here at the Nassau County Museum of Art, we're in the Contemporary Collectors Circle Gallery. Our artist is Martin Klein, and the title of his exhibition is Excerpts in Encaustic. Encaustic is a pigmented wax medium that Mr. Klein uses in lieu of paint to create these wonderful compositions that have both dimension as well as texture and color. I find his work beautiful, not only in its color, but also in its texture and its tactile nature. Encaustic, being a pigmented wax medium, very often is applied flat in the same manner as regular paints and pigments. Martin Klein has taken encaustic to a whole new level. He spends a lot of time working the wax with temperature, as well as with tools and brushes, and his own special technique to create this third dimension. The bright color of some of his works really gives them an extra zing that draws your eye. There's a playfulness that you just can't avoid or ignore. This green piece here is entitled Secret Garden. So the title gives you a little hint of what might have been going through his mind, but also relates to the colors that are in it. There's a certain geometry about it that's both forced by the shape of the framework that he works within, as well as his own implied or imposed geometry. As you can see, there's a certain very simple X-type pattern. This piece is entitled Rendazzo. It's got this hot red-orange color that really does dazzle the eye. The composition is somewhat simple. It's a simple spiral, ever so gently turning, and it is very much reminiscent of a natural form, specifically floral or coral. It doesn't look like an artist's hand has been involved, but rather that it was a natural thing that just came from nature and grew on its own. In this piece, the shaping is a little more direct. It could perhaps be a rocket. You might not be able to read a flower or a garden as easily. The title is a little more enigmatic. It's entitled Great Expectations. So we're referencing to literature as well as art. One of the prominent features of this piece, entitled Agnes Lewitt, a play on the two artists' names, Agnes Martin and Saul Lewitt, was Mr. Klein's reference to a grid pattern, a substructure that was important in both Miss Martin and Mr. Lewitt's artwork, and to which Mr. Klein has paid homage. The title of this piece is Phenomenon, and again, we're referencing back to the organic appearance and nature of his work. The artist has carefully and very painstakingly worked at making each of the tiny little dabs of encaustic project almost an inch or two off the face of the canvas. Mr. Klein is both a sculptor as well as a painter. Our exhibition is focused on his encaustic works, but we did include one sculptural work so people understand the depth and breadth of his talents. You cannot and truly appreciate Martin Klein's artwork without coming and seeing it in the flesh. Martin Klein, Excerpts in Encaustic, will be on view at the Nassau County Museum of Art in the Contemporary Collectors Gallery.